హాయ్, వెల్కమ్ టు గ్రేటాంధ్ర. నేను చందన. మనతో పాటు హీరో విక్రమ్ ప్రభు గారు ఉన్నారు. మనం ఘాటి మూవీ గురించి చాలా ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ విషయాలు ఆయన అడిగి తెలుసుకుందాం. హాయ్ అండి. హౌ ఆర్ యూ?
గుడ్.
నమస్తే.
నమస్తే.
తెలుగులో ఏదైనా వర్డ్ చెప్పగలుగుతారా? జస్ట్ వర్డ్, నాట్ ఎ సెంటెన్స్.
బాగున్నారా?
ఓ నైస్, బాగున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఫర్ ఆస్కింగ్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే, సో లెట్స్ స్టార్ట్ విత్ డైరెక్టర్ క్రిష్ గారు. Making films is like his passion. It looks like that because if you observe all his previous films, no, every film is so different, new stories and all. So how do you feel working with him?
He's a great filmmaker. A great filmmaker should be able to do different movies, different stories, and I think he's proven himself continuously doing various things. Of late, you know, he can touch historical like Manikarnika, he can do a biopic like NTR, he's done Vedam, he's done so many different, you know, the hyperlink stories. So for him to do that is because he believes in his own you know, efforts to do that, and is constantly proving with doing different stories, not just sticking to a certain style of movie. So I think for me to work with a well-established director like that, I was very happy that he approached. Yeah.
So what is your motto to do films?
I just love cinema. And of course it's there in our family.
Yes.
But beyond that, I think maybe because it was always around me, I love cinema. Like I wanted to study cinema, so when I went abroad, I got into studying theatre only. I wanted to do something inclined towards broadcasting, but at that time, because of various issues in the US, like I couldn't do my major. So I ended up shifting around and seeing what is closest to, and I found theatre, and I started one of my classes was theatre, and then I had the other general subjects, and only in theatre I got A. I was like, okay, well, it's something I like, and I'm trying to avoid it, and I'm going towards engineering. Why am I doing that? So the next semester I took 2 subjects of theatre, and again those 2 are A, and this thing was like a B plus or something. I was like, okay, I think so I just emailed back my parents. I was like, listen, I think my passion is here only, so I want to go, and said that. So I kind of followed my passion, and that took me into various things. Like I wanted to do direction initially, so I worked as an assistant director and everything, but then somehow or the other I ended up wanting to do acting. And I asked for the opportunity to you know, Kumki Gajaraju over here, the director. I just saw an article about the story that he was doing, so I got in touch with him, and I met him, and then the story started from there, and then my acting has been ever since. Like I've only inclined towards acting at this point. I want to direct later, but I'm very passionate about movies, so right now it's only the acting part. Yeah.
Okay. When are you planning to direct the film?
That even I keep questioning myself once in a while. But during Gati, you know, Krish also is like, hey man, you're a director, why are you not directing it? I was like, no, it I mean, I love cinema, so I do find myself talking too much about that sometimes, but end of the day, it's a teamwork. You know, getting a film done and getting it out there. So if there is certain things that that sometimes people might not notice, I do pinpoint it. But only because, you know, I feel like when you want to direct, you have to find a certain kind of perfectionism, but not like obsessed perfectionism. There is space for also the audience to understand the world and thing. But eventually, I don't want to force that right now. Like I'm not forcing anything to do anything right now. I'm just kind of going with the flow. Right now, cinema is in a place where I would have loved for it to be 10 years back. Like today, people are accepting more stories, different style of movies. Like I think probably because I studied abroad, my perspective was very different. Like what kind of movies I want to do, what kind of stories I wanted to direct. And at that time, I was like, how am I going to go do all these things? And when I got into acting and all, I had to understand the industry. So that was also another thing. I wanted to understand the industry I'm in.
Yes.
And at that time when I did Kumki was a very different movie from the run of the mill of like what movies were coming out. It was a completely different thing. So I was very happy that, okay, I was at least doing a movie like this. And everyone around that movie, when it was close to release, they actually said the movie is not going to work. So I was like, what? It's not going to work. I have so much, belief in what this movie is and everything. And when it finally came out, after the first show itself, everyone knew it was a blockbuster.
Okay.
But the people who were, part of that movie, very close to it itself, they were like, no, it will not do well. It's not the usual commercial movie. It's different. Okay. I'm like, how can you say that? And when it became a blockbuster, all those people are like, oh, amazing. But this is the thing. We all have a set perspective of like how movies should be, everything. And what it is today from then is a very good growth for cinema. Right. So I want to eventually do movies which have that innate thing of it being Indian cinema. At the same time, I want to be able to do something that is different also. So I'm not forcing that right now. I want to eventually get to it.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have any story-bounded script or something?
No.
Who could be your first hero?
No, I don't want to get into that at all because if I know that if I get into it, I'll start obsessing over getting that done. Right now, I'm enjoying the
just a hypothetical. I'm asking from Tollywood and from
hypothetical. See, when I met Krish the first time, I was like, why did you come for me? Why did you approach me? And he said, when I wrote the character, you came to my mind, so I approached you. Okay. So when you write a character, as you coming close to finishing it, that's when you start thinking, who's best this character? So if I say, oh, I want to do a movie with Rajini sir, if I want to do a movie with Chiranjeevi sir, then it becomes that, okay, I have to write a movie for them. But if I believe in writing, then I can write and then I can place the person who I want. So I don't want to get into the hypothetical itself because I know I will say something and I will not do that later. The hypothetical is actually not, I don't believe in that.
Okay. So coming to GHAATI movie, by the way, what were you carrying throughout the film?
What do you think? What do you think it is?
No, some lightweighted things only.
I think Krish sir is actually told about it. But since I'm not the director of this movie, I don't want to say it. But we are carrying heavy loads. It's supposed to be at least 100 kilos. That's what the whole. That's why it's that big.
Supposed to be, but
it's supposed to be. But this was around 25 kilos. What we are carrying, because it was we had marks on our shoulders after the end of the shoot. We all had those marks.
Anushka garu?
Yeah, she also. I mean, she also put in the same effort we all put. So, but we had to show that we are carrying certain weight, right? So, and the believability is to show you on screen as its presence. So. We are carrying all this and we can climb mountains, we can run, we can swim, we can do whatever because we're so strong doing that from a very young age. Because the Ghatis, the people from the Ghats, in Tamil we call Malaivasi. I don't know what you call here. People from the mountain areas, right?
Okay.
Like people from the mountain areas, they can easily climb up and down the mountain. Like for example, a person who's a fisherman in the sea, he can swim through any ocean current, right? Like that, they can go up any terrain, anything with ease. And they'll be able to carry this weight and whatnot because it is part and parcel of their life. We are just bringing you into that world and showing you their life and then showing you that amazing story that revolves around them. So it's a theatrical big experience, this movie. Yeah.
So why did you pick this story? Because by narrating this story, director impressed you or?
No. I think the story and Krish picked me. I didn't pick the story. When they approached me, I liked it, and I was
By
just
listening to the story.
yes. When Krish came, he came home. He came to Chennai, and we met. We sat for almost 3-4 hours. We sat, and initially he started. We just generally spoke and gelled about like general cinema, and then he started talking about the story, and he just painted this entire picture of what this Gati world was. And then he took me into the story and the characters and all these things. So he just he made it into like episodes. Understand the world, understand the character. Now this is what they're going through, and that was very nice the way he got me into that. And I think that's the same way the movie is also. So for you to be fully invested or attached to the movie, he's created that screenplay in that way, and it's something to be experienced. Yeah.
What was your first thought when you came to know that there is Anushka Garu with
I was very happy. A big fan of her also. So I think I'm guessing I should have worked with Anushka Garu only from beginning. I feel like to come into this industry because Rudramadevi was an option earlier, and I just didn't have the dates at that point and couldn't place it. Yeah, you can say I missed it, but it just didn't happen at that time because I was continuously doing Tamil movies at that time, and I just couldn't place it.
Did you miss any such characters previously?
I wouldn't say the word missed. The thing is, if it has to happen, it'll happen. That's what I believe.
What didn't happen then?
I mean, this is one for sure. Rudramadevi was for sure. Some other things like they would just send synopsis. I wouldn't be interested because I wasn't ready. For me, like because I was trying out so many different movies in Tamil itself. Like I was saying, no, like 10 years back, what stories I wanted to make also would be accepted today as movies, as mainstream movies. Like 10 years back, like we couldn't even find producers to take up subjects like that. So I was trying out a lot of different movies in Tamil itself. So I wasn't in the space to move out of the Tamil to try out other things. But eventually, since I did a whole bunch of other movies and then OTT came in, I was like, okay, well, I mean, anyways, now the perspective of audience is to accept anything today. I guess the COVID time really changed. Yes. I think everyone's mindset about what movies are because they really sat at home and they couldn't do anything. They watched movies, and they watched world cinema. They watched all of Indian language cinemas. And their thought process, I think, just opened up. And I think same thing happened to me also. You know, like, oh, okay, so audience are accepting. It's just that the way of travel wasn't there. And I was like, okay, now that Krish got in touch with me and he's like, I need to come tell you a story. I was like, okay, sir, let's meet. So he came and he told me the story, and I was like, okay, I mean, this Telugu, I don't know why I've been avoiding so many years. I think for me, because I'm very specific about what kind of stories I want to do or who I want to work with or what. But the first green flag for me was Krish Garu. Like I just loved the way like he approached things, and that makes when you find a person who is that comfortable to talk to, it's only going to get even more comfortable on set. So I had a lot of questions about the script when he was telling me the story, and he had an answer for everything. Because it wasn't a story that he just thought up and then he came. He's 2.5 years he's been sitting, he's been writing the story. So he was very well versed with what story he had, what the characters meant and everything. So I like that kind of, detailing also. He's a person who does so much detailing, and I'm a person with a lot of questions because when I'm doing a character, I want a lot of questions answered so I can bring the character to life. So he had all those, and that convinced me more than enough. I was like, okay, I think this is the right movie. The thing we should.
You never hesitate to ask him anything?
No, I don't, because if you hesitate first, then you'll regret later. So you have to ask now.
Right. Are you so choosy, or you're not just comfortable with new things? Or
No. It's not about being choosy. I wouldn't say the word choosy. Like, I just want to be more aware of what I'm doing. Like, I want to be confident of what I'm getting into. Because I've done movies where I thought the movie is going to be in a certain way. The script was very nice, but then when the movie came out, I was like, this movie only I did, like, you know, that's the question we all think, and that is the last thing that has to come to your mind. So whatever you want to ask, whatever you want to do, correct everything on paper, and then you go in for shoot. So that the travel of from script to screen has to be correct. So anything I have to ask, anything that I have to be aware of, I try to be aware of in the script stage itself.
Okay. Have you ever regretted that why I chose this film, why I chose this character like that?
There isn't really, like, I mean, once I get into a movie, I'm going to give it 100%. There, because I've made the decision, I'm come in. So what I can do is I just give my 100% and I come out of it because I've taken it. That's how I've always given my effort into any movie. Regret is maybe with the team, I would have expected too much from a certain team, and because, like I said, cinema is a team effort. Even if one portion falls, the entire thing falls. That's how cinema is, and 100 people put together make a movie for crores of people to watch. So those 100 people have to actually put enough effort, same effort, so the crore people don't point and say, why did you do this, why did you do that? You know, the effort has to be the same. So there I've been disappointed. A few places I was like, should have spoken to these people, should have asked them, you know, you expected more out of those spaces. But beyond that, some things are controllable, some things are not. That's why I keep saying this, control the controllables. That's where you can sit, yeah.
Recently you visited Tirumala, right?
Yeah, yes. I keep going there. Anytime I get a chance, you know, they say, Venkatachalapati, when he calls, you go. You make a plan, but then only when he calls, you can go. So I believe that. Okay. And my wife and me, if my dad is also there, dad, mom, me, my sister, we all go. So that is something that I enjoy doing.
Okay. This time what you prayed?
I cannot say what I prayed, but I always pray positive things only. Yeah, because when you go to a place of, you know, a good vibe, it gives you some kind of a light feeling when you leave from there. So
my question is actually, if hypothetically God comes to you and offering you something, then what is your current wish? I told you, no, this hypothetical thing. Is it related to movie or personal?
No, see, personal, work, everything is the same, I feel. Like, if you're happy in one place, you're happy in every place. So, be it cinema, be it personal life, you have to be happy and to be able to go through anything. And for me, since my travel itself has always been cinema, I do keep my personal life separate, but for me, I find a lot of happiness in work. And I question, I do all those things at work. So when I go back home, I'm peaceful about everything. So if you really want a hypothetical thing, I don't believe in it.
Just for fun,
just for fun means, maybe because I ask so many questions, I just hope I get maybe because I do ask so many questions. Like I hope I get answers for everything. That's the only thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Actually, if it comes to us, no, we ask so many things.
No.
Not questions.
No, things.
Things like prosperity, something.
Yeah.
Else.
No, see, everything gives only one thing. That is happiness. So you want to be happy in life.
Yeah.
Even if one thing worries you, the happiness goes away. Your peace goes away.
That is most
important. Most of the time, the only simple thing I ask for is happiness. That means everything falls into place. Then you will be happy. That's all. Yeah.
So finally, what do you want to say to Telugu audience? for this movie?
What can I say? Like Krish Garu keeps saying, my grandfather, Shivaji sir. No, Shivaji sir is also our Shivaji sir. I was just happy. Like when I was shooting here, everyone kept talking about Darling. Dad did his first Telugu movie with Prabhas Garu, in Darling, right? So they kept on going back Darling, and Darling is one of my favorite movies. So I've always wanted to do a movie like Darling. If there was any movie that I wanted to do like one movie, that was Darling. But I never got around to doing some movie like that. And I've been a big fan of all Telugu movies. Been a big fan of Chiranjeevi Garu and Nagarjuna Garu, everyone. And now to be here in Telugu cinema, to do a Telugu cinema, I absolutely enjoyed my entire process of doing that. And I think it's a very prosperous and ever-growing industry. I wish them the best, and I hope that they also understand my efforts into it. I've put in my effort, so I hope you all see it. That's all. Yeah.
Last question. Do you have any other Telugu films, state Telugu films?
No, not as of now.
Not signed.
No, not signed. I'm just completing a Tamil movie right now. So maybe after that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, and
Yes.
all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you.